I am a fat guy right now, and I have lost 25 pounds. I'm shrinking, and it's great, right? But the problem is, I looked good in the clothes I bought, but now I'm 25 pounds lighter, and let's just say the clothes don't look that good on me anymore. Now, that's not something to complain about. I mean, when you're losing weight, your doctor's happy with you. My doctor was having a great time sliding that scale to the left because there's less of me on the scale. The doctor was talking about, oh, your blood pressure is perfect. Everything's going good. But the whole time she's talking to me, I'm looking over her shoulder at the mirror, and I realize I look pretty good, but my clothes look like crap. And they're newish clothes because I lost the weight in a couple of months, right? My clothes, when I put them on, they still look like I just got them out of the store. Why? Because they're only a couple of months older. A couple of months old, I should say. And I'm 25 pounds lighter. And I was just thinking, I really think that at some point, as a society, as a technological society, we have to come up with clothes that will shrink with us. Okay? I'm getting a little sick and tired of losing weight and looking like crap, even though underneath I look much better, but on the outside I look like crap. You know, I remember getting compliments. Oh, that's a nice shirt. Oh, nice jeans, nice sneakers. I go back a couple of months later and people are looking at me like, would you like a quarter, sir? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't need a quarter. Okay, I'll take the quarter. I don't need it, but you know, sometimes you need a quarter for parking. I took advantage of that, I guess. And I said to somebody, I said, I think we should have clothes that actually shrink with us. And of course, my conspiracy theory friends come out. They're never going to let that happen, man. They're never going to let something like that happen. They can't, man. Why? Because the clothing people will send out a hit squad and kill somebody. Because if you figured out a way to make clothes shrink with us, you'd buy less clothes, man. We'd just buy 5 outfits, and then they would just shrink. I mean, what is the next thing you're going to do? You're going to come up with clothes that redesign themselves? Then we could buy one outfit for our entire lives that just constantly changes? Is that what you want, man? You're going to destroy the entire clothing industry? I, of course, very, very quickly walk that person out of the house, lock the door, because that person is nuts. But he owes me money, so maybe I'll let him back in. Anyway, but I thought about it, and there is some truth to what he is saying. There are big businesses out there, and there are times when, people will buy your invention just to shut it down because they want to make money, right? Every time you go on the internet, and everybody's talking about electric cars and high gas mileage gas cars. Everybody does that. And then there's always somebody, I invented a car that runs on water. Yeah, water. That'll show the gas companies. That'll show them. Really? Companies that make that amount of money, you're going to show them? Do you know what would happen if they actually came up with cars that ran on water? Very, very soon after that, it would be illegal to put water from your house into your car. Because you'd be sitting there the whole time. They want $5 a gallon for the water at the gas pump. But I'll just fill up a couple of bottles in my house. And I'll fill up my car for 17 cents. In the news tonight, nice try, you sleazies. The government has just made it illegal to fill your car with water from any place but a gas station, right? And of course, there'll be some people that'll go, I'll do it anyway. And they'll decide to get some water out of their tap. And then they'll have some of their friends. If you know someone who is using water from their home to fill their car, there's a $50 reward for turning in your friends. And you'll be anonymous. You'll have a friend sitting at the table, somebody that is annoyed with you about something, and they're being passive aggressive, and you'll be sitting there going, I don't care what that law says. I'm going to fill my car up with this wonderful water they don't know the car's in the garage. I'm in the house. How are they going to know? Then there'll be a knock on the door. Right? Mr. Johnson? Yes. I understand that we just checked your car. Your car's full. Yeah. We also checked the gas gauge, and we know, well, I shouldn't say gas gauge, water gauge, and we noticed that you have not actually been to a water station. So how's your car full? Well, we have this videotape here. We have this video, you filling your car up in your kitchen. 30 days in jail. And then they hand the 50 to your friend at the table. All I'm saying is, folks, there's some things I want to change. One, and this is for you, clothing industry, I want you to come up with some clothes that shrink with us. because I'm tired of having to buy new clothes every month because I can't afford to do that crap. And come on, man. Just come up with the people that have invented those water cars. Let's do this. You've been promising that crap for a long time. Let's get the water cars going. Okay? Great. That's all I'm saying. Now, folks, like I said, this is not the official start of the S. Anthony Thomas Show. I just wanted to say hi, stop back in while I'm getting things together. And for those of you that have listened to this little mini cast, thank you very much. Much love to you. And I will see you again very, very soon as we prepare for the official launch of the S. Anthony Thomas Show. Talk to you later. Thanks. Oh, welcome back, and thank you. It's time for the second one. Are you ready? Good. Let's go.
Go! S. Anthony Thomas. Go! S. Anthony Thomas. Go! S. Anthony Thomas. Go! S. Anthony Thomas. Go ahead and laugh. Go ahead and smile.
People always get mad at haters. No matter what type of hater it actually is, people get mad at it because it could be, there's the hater that is jealous of you because you're successful. And then there's the hater that knows they're at a higher level than you are right now, but they need you to kind of stay down there to make themselves feel better. And either one of them sucks. I remember when I was a little kid. I was little, I was, in grade school, and I was, kind of a dopey looking kid with big glasses. And yeah, I was just thinking about I really, really was dopey looking. Some big ass glasses I had. And I was also tiny at the time. And it was really bad, man. It was just horrible. The girls treated me like crap. There was always bullies trying to beat my ass. And it was really, really a bad period in my life. So one day we're in classroom, and I can laugh at it now, but we're in the classroom, and I'm sitting in the back of the class, and I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to keep my head down. I just want everybody to just leave me alone, because I know, every contact with my classmates was horrible. I had a couple of friends, a couple of the other brains in class, but it was just, it was horrible. All right. And, the girls didn't like me back then. And so we're in the classroom, and I'm sitting in the back, just like I said, just kind of putting my head down on the desk, just kind of trying to be cool and be quiet and hopefully let everybody else do what they're going to do someplace else and just leave me the hell alone. And one of my biggest nightmares at the time came true. The teacher leaves the classroom, and she made it clear that she was going to the principal's office to do something. And I knew that meant she was going to be gone for a long period of time. Good God, no. Now, my first thought was, oh, crap. I'm going to have to get into a fight with these bullies again. I don't feel like getting punched. I don't feel like trying to hit somebody because I'm not going to win this because each one of them individually is bigger than me. So I just, maybe I have a chance with one of them, but I just don't need this shit. But that didn't happen. And the funny thing is that had happened before, so I could actually have dealt with that. I had some experience with that part of it. But the other thing happened. The girls, they decided they wanted to have a contest. Well, not a contest. That's the bad way to explain. They wanted to rate the boys on hotness in the classroom on a scale of 1 to 10. Yeah, I knew this was not going to end well for me. Okay. So of course the jocks, the pretty boys, the popular guys in class just get 10s, 9, 10, 9, 9, 10, 9, 9, 10, 9. And they start going to the regular guys in class, 7, 8s, 7s, 9s, 8s, that kind of thing. And then they get to me. It's like they save the worst for last. And I put my head down and say, oh God, here comes my number. They write the number on the board, and I didn't hear any snickering. And I'm going, okay, it's either really good or really bad. And I look up at the board, and everyone's kind of, being quiet. And I walk up to the board, and I can see, as I approach the board, a 7. Now, I know I'm not a 7. I know this. I know that That can't possibly be my number. These people don't like me. The girls think I'm smart. They'll ask me to help with the homework, but they don't find me attractive. I know there's no way in hell I'm a 7. I saw guys in the classroom who were kind of average looking. They were getting 7s, and I didn't even look as good as those dopes. So there's no way. But then I thought, wait a minute, what am I saying? I mean, maybe they're just being nice. Maybe they realize that because I'm the worst looking person here and I'm a big mess to these people, maybe the girls are showing some compassion here, and maybe they just give me a 7, just give him a 7. What difference does it make? We all know he's dopey looking. So I go up to the board and I see the 7 and I'm going, finally something good has happened for me, and I don't have to worry about people being mean to me. And then I got closer to the board, and I put my stupid glasses on, and then I see it. To the direct left of the 7 was a decimal point. Yeah, you see, they hadn't given me a 7. They had given me a 0.7. How did that make me feel, you ask? Well, it made me feel like a piece of... But when I think about it now, I think these people actually gave me one of the best gifts I have ever had. Mainly because that was probably, during my childhood, the worst I could possibly feel. There's literally nothing that feels worse than having the entire classroom do that to you. But I was able to survive it. And by the end of the year, I started to grow a little bit, and I became a better athlete. I was already smart. And I started to feel good. I started to feel good because they tried to crush me, but they couldn't. There's something about having people try to just absolutely crush you and surviving it and realizing they don't have that kind of power. It was great. I mean, like I said, from the worst feeling in the world to going, that's the best shot you actually can have. That's the best you could do to try to hurt me. It really is. But you didn't. You made me feel bad for a while. But the next day I thought, well, I'm still alive. I mean, all they did was be mean, but how long is that going to last? I'm not going to be in school with these people forever. I'm not here for them anyway. I'm here to, get something for myself. Now, granted, I ain't going to lie to you. In my mind, I had some fantasies at that moment, boy. I really had some fantasies in my mind of just standing in front of that class, and boy, I just wanted to. All right. Which one of you had the bright idea to try to humiliate me, even though I didn't do anything to them? Oh, you? Could you come here for a minute? I want to show you something. Or even better, get one of those people that did it and grab them and go, hey, come here for a minute. Yeah, could you turn around for a minute? And then grab their pants and just pants the bastard. How do you like this? Oh, you don't like humiliation? Really? Oh, ain't that a shame? Oh, people laugh at you. Oh. But I thought better of it. I realized it's not the way to go about things. And like I said, I just let it brush off of my back, and I went about the rest of my day and forgot about it until now. Yeah, until now. I never did get my sweet revenge on those bastards. Now is the time. I shall have my revenge. What is it with ex-girlfriends that for some reason they seem to want to get in shape and stop being crazy after they leave you? I mean, I'm serious. I said to her, if you would stop the whole setting people on fire and cutting the brakes and faking pregnancies thing, we would have never broken up. I'm just saying that's what we would have never broken up had you stopped doing that. I mean, when your family came over and you went into the bathroom and they said, "Sweet Jesus boy, get out while you can," maybe I should have listened to that. Granted, you were extremely good looking and you have a fantastic body, and I really enjoyed getting it on with you. So I probably wouldn't have listened anyway. But that's the thing I got to realize. You got to look at the way people's, the significant others, their relatives, the look in their eyes when they see you walk into the house. Because a lot of times they'll try to judge you. They'll look at you as the guy coming in to meet with the girl. They look at you and they give you that look like, "Look at you, you dirty bastard. I know what you want. You're just another guy who just wants to come here and have the nerve to meet me and try to ask for permission to put your penis in my daughter. You dirty bastard, I ought to cut you." That's what the guy's thinking. That's what the father's thinking. Right? And that's usually what happens. But I should have known something was up when I walked in and the guy's like, "Listen, yeah, I'm not really going to learn your name. I'll probably, there's really no reason for me to try to learn your name, sir, because it's probably going to be on the restraining order. It's probably going to be on the reports at the courts after the first time she tries to kill you. So there's really no reason for me to try to memorize it. But if somehow you're able to de-crazy my daughter, I just want to say welcome to the family. I want to say that I was just like you. Her mother was exactly the same way. And, when they say getting shot, that the bullet burns when it goes in, they're not kidding. And also, guard your genitals and your neck when she gets upset. That's all I'm saying. Her mother pulls you to the side. "I know what he said. He's just being dramatic. My daughter is, she's saying she's crazy. And of course, I bet he said that I was crazy. I'm not crazy. He's the one that's crazy. I tell him to do stuff. Like I say, go to the store for me. And he's saying all of this. I'm in the bathroom right now." And I'm thinking, what does that got to do with me? You either go to the store now, or I come in there. Yeah. This is the family I wound up going into. What the hell? See, that's what happens when you're 20 years old, or you're 22 years old, or you're 25 years old, or whatever. You put up with crap. You put up with crap that you just want to have access to some woman's delicious hee-ha-ha-ha, and you don't care what the hell happens. You'll put up with anything. Me, as an older guy, oh, no. No. The first sign of bull crap, I am the hell out of there. Because I'm at the age now where, you're dating to find someone that maybe you can have children with, maybe, in a marriage. And so I'm thinking, because you have to think in terms of, in the beginning of the relationship, everything's great. You got all the hormones going and everybody's great and everything's fantastic and all of this kind of crap. But you have to ask yourself, what's this going to be like when those hormones are gone and it's just you two together? What's it going to be like then? What's it going to be? See, my thing is, everybody talks about the first time you lay down together and the first time and she's undressed and she's just wonderful in the first time. And it's the same thing with no, the first time he's this, the first time that. No, man, forget about the first ever. Forget first schmirst. You know what you need to think about? Think about what's going to happen 50 screws in. The 51st time you screw, ask yourself, wait a second. Because by then people start acting like they're really going to act. You understand what I'm saying? When you're sitting at the table and you're ordering something, and the waitress smiles at you and you smile back the same way you would have smiled at any other human being that would have smiled, and you can already see her looking at your neck, rubbing the tip of the knife. She looks good, doesn't she? No, she doesn't. Why are you looking at her? Because she was talking to me. Oh, so you're going to talk to the bitch, huh? Okay, here we go. And this is not gender specific. Guys are just as nuts. I've known guys that were literally standing at the door when their women came home. And this guy goes, "Oh, wait a minute. It's 6:03, woman. You're supposed to be home at 6 o'clock. It takes 15 minutes to get from your office to the house. And it's 6:03. Who you with?" And women, see, guys, when guys are dealing with an angry woman, we kind of calm down and shut up a little bit. We go, oh yeah, girl, I was just, women will fire right back, man. They come back with the bombs. They don't do any kind of subtle stuff. They come in with the Uzi. What you doing, 603? You gonna come back? 603? 603? 3 minutes? You think I left you for a man who's going to last for 3 minutes plus travel time? If I was going to do that, I might as well stay with you. Bam! That's right. They go for it. And that's the thing, man. I used to see my grandparents' marriage. My grandparents married. They were married for a long period of time before they passed away, and it was a beautiful thing to see. The marriage is weird, but it was nice to find someone that'll put up with your particular brand of idiocy for that length of time. That's basically what you will when you get married in the first place. It's like, listen, I'm a huge douchebag and you're nuts. But your nuttiness I find endearing. And apparently you find my douchebaggery very endearing as well. So let's ruin each other's lives instead of torturing two other people. What do you say? And in addition to that, let's make two small people who turn into big people who go on to screw up the lives of other people. Let's keep this dysfunction right here. Because that's what you're doing. I wish it was like when we were kids, man. Because you can't even end a relationship anymore. Nowadays, people are, you even see it on the internet. People are going nuts and stabbing each other and blowing each other up and driving cars over top of each other and all this weirdness. Or if you have any money, they try to take all your money. Or, so one parent wants to hide the kids from the other one, which is really hilarious. Especially because usually what happens is you both love your kids. Okay? Both parents love the kids. But let's keep it real. There's always one parent that loves the kids more than the other one. No one will admit that. No parent's going to admit that. No one's going to go, son, I love you. Not as much as your mother does. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Sometimes I find you quite annoying. No parent's going to say that. And the mother's not going to go, I carried you for 9 months and you're just as painful on the outside of my body as you were on the inside. Would you please shut up and get away from me? They're not going to say that. They may want to, but they're not going to say it. And it always amazes me that when people break up, they do the nastiest crap you could possibly think of to each other. And you see, I get a kick out of watching one parent threaten the other parent with keeping the kids. Oh yeah, well you're never going to see the kids. Because usually the person saying that is the person that likes the kids more. The other parent's going, let me get this straight. The kids that are annoying the crap out of me, you're going to keep them in the house with you. I'm just going to have to kick down some money to you, which based on the percentage that the judge is going to take is much less than I would have been paying had I been in the house with you. And in addition to that, I get to show up every couple of weeks with some gifts, be the great guy, and then leave, and then you have to do all the disciplining. And in addition to that, I get to bang my secretary. Oh, this divorce is going to suck. No. But even after hearing all of that and living through all of that and seeing all of that and experiencing all of that, I still one day would like to get married and still one day would like to have kids. It would be cool to do that because I love hanging out with my little nephews and my little cousins and all that kind of stuff. I know it's different being a parent. I know it's different being a parent than being a cousin, even if they're at your house all the time, even if you have them for extended periods of time. I know it's different. But I love kids. So what am I going to do? You can't rent them. Can you rent kids? I better stop this podcast and go do some Googling. I might be able to rent some kids. You can have fun with them. You can play with them. You can teach them some math and read to them. Then when they start becoming big pains in the ass, you get rid of them. Oh, man, I definitely got to do some Googling. Okay, guys, until next time, this is Anthony, the Yes Anthony Says podcast. I got to go. I've got to find out if I can rent some kids and then give them back to people after I finish, playing baseball with them and stuff. I got to look this up. See you.
Everybody has those days where you just want people to leave you the hell alone. Those days where you just don't want to hear the same bullshit stories. You don't want them trying to manufacture conversations by talking about the weather. You just don't want to be bothered. And a lot of times people can't just look at you and see that it's one of those days, but they really need to know. And I think as a society, we should come up with a piece of clothing or something to let people know this is not the day to come and bother me with your bullshit. I think we should invent something called the get the fuck away from me hat, Because there's some days you just want everybody to just get the fuck away from you. You don't want to hear about their bullshit stories. You don't want to hear about their lives. You don't want to see pictures of their kids. You don't want to hear them complaining about their problems. You got your own problems right now and you are worn out. We need to get the fuck away from me hat. I mean, the reason I say hat is because I want people to be able to see from across the street that they need to leave you alone. You know, go, hey, there's Anthony over there. Let's go over there and bore him with our bullshit stories that he's already heard 1.5 billion times, even though, whoa. He's got his get the fuck away from me hat on. Well, leave him alone. Leave him alone. That would be good. Because a lot of people aren't as nice as I am about it. Because I'll just put up with it for a little while and then try to find a way to get away. But some people, you know, it won't be good. It won't be good at all because they'll be a little different than I am. Hey, there's Jim over there. Hey, let's go over there and talk about stupid shit and waste his time. Hey, Jim, here's that bullshit story we were telling you about you're going to love this. This is great. This is a great story about how my grandfather had a really decent bowel movement. It's about 20 minutes long. Want to hear it? Yeah, that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good at all. I wouldn't suggest actually going about it that way. I would probably suggest walking away from people. But be careful. There's a lot of people out there that aren't as nice as I am, and that could be an alternative for them. So I'm just saying, somebody out there, please invent the get the fuck away from me hat. I'm not an inventor or anything like that. So, I mean, it's up to you guys to invent the get the fuck away from me hat. All I ask for is a small percentage of profits because it is my original idea and that I could be the spokesperson for the brand. That's all I ask. You know, I don't think that's too much to ask. Not really. I don't think so. My friends always give me a hard time because, see, I'm one of those guys that I don't do one night stands. I've always been a relationship type of guy. And it's not that I have anything morally against one night stands. If you want to get it on, that's fine. And quite frankly, if there were no diseases in the world, I would also probably do it if I found someone attractive like that. But I have not gotten it on with a woman without her having a blood test first since 1999, and that's not going to change. My boys give me a hard time. Yo, man, I don't know why these girls like your little short, goofy looking ass, but for some reason they be trying to give you all that butt, and you ain't taking it, man. What's wrong with you? And the reason is, I don't want any diseases. I have never had a venereal disease scare, and I will never have a venereal disease scare. Every last one of them has had a venereal disease scare. You know, so much so that I've literally had to drive these guys to the clinic, shaking in the passenger seat of my car, talking about, yo, man, I need you to drive, man. I can't think straight, man. I think that girl called me, man. She has something, man. What am I gonna do, man? Now, having seen that, why the hell would I get it on with a chick without her having a blood test first? Not only because I want to know that she's clean, I want her to know that I'm clean. Some of the times the woman will ask me first, and I'm thinking, cool, because I was going to ask you too. And then we go down, we find out we're both clean, and then I take her back to my place, and we go to Funky Town. You know, much like Kumo D said back in the day, I go to work. But other than that, I'm not catching the disease because I have to have it now. No. It's like having a bunch of alcoholics in your family or drug addicts in your family. Once you look at them and see what their lives turned out to be, do you want to have a drink when you see your cousin, your uncle, your dad vomit on themselves? You know what I'm saying? In front of public or walking out at Thanksgiving with his penis out talking about them. Hey, is everybody happy? Yeah. You don't want that. You know, you have the high relative walking into the room. So, it's Christmas, right? You go, no, it's not Christmas. It's March. And, actually, I don't know you, sir. Your family is on the house across the street. So you don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. And that's why I had made the decision. I am not dealing with anybody, any woman at all. No woman is going to see my or have my he-ha-ha put up in her hoo-hoo-hoo unless there's been a blood test first. I know my friends ridicule me. But like I said, I've never had any STD scares. And there you have it. I just want to say thanks for stopping by again and hope to see you again next time. S. Anthony out.
S. S. Anthony Thomas. S. S. Anthony Thomas. S. S. Anthony Thomas. S. S. Anthony Thomas. Go ahead and laugh. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and giggle. We're gonna get wild. Go ahead and clap. Go ahead and cheer. We're gonna have a good time while up in here. S. S. Anthony Thomas. S. S. Anthony Thomas. S. S. Anthony Thomas. S. S. Anthony Thomas.
All right, everybody. Thank you very, very much for checking out the show. Much love to all of you. Thanks for the kind words. And as always, I enjoyed talking to you. I hope you enjoyed listening to me. And we'll see you next time. Much love to you. Take care.